Hi everyone, I'm Cody W3AMG with BridgeCom Systems, and thank you all for attending this live stream. Today we're going to be going over some of the advanced features, or just maybe not well-known features of the AnyTone radio. So possibly some of these you will have not even known about yourself. There's a lot of features on this radio, and I find new things about it every day, which is one of the cool aspects of the hobby. So before we get started, let's go over a few things here real quick. We actually just announced the official Black Friday sale for BridgeCom Systems. This is the best sale you're probably ever going to see. We have for the handheld radios, you're going to save $115. You get a free BCS 200 speaker mic, a free Super Cub plug, that's a $50 value, and then a free, so those are both free with the radio. And then for the, free protective case as well with the radio. So a free speaker mic, free Super Cub plug, and protective case with just a radio purchase. And now if you go for the plug and play with the SkyBridge as well, you're going to get a free speaker mic, BCS 200. You're going to get a 4-year extended protection plan. So if anything ever happens to that radio, it stops working or something like that, it's completely covered under that protection plan. And then a free protective case, as well as a free 1-hour tech call. So if you have trouble, you need help or something like that, you can call in and have that extended tech call, longer than just a traditional call, completely for free. So there's a lot of great things going on right now with the plug and play package and the handhelds. We also have, and that's like a $245 savings on that compared to normal. And then for the mobile radio, you're able to save $100 there. You get the mobile and then the tri-band antenna in the trunk and lip mount, and you save $100 with that bundle right there. So make sure you take advantage of this. It's only going to be going on, I believe, until the end of this month, and then after that, prices are going up. So once the sale's over, not only is the sale over, but prices are actually going up. So you want to make sure to take advantage of it while you can. So let's do some shout outs today. Who do we have in the house? Let's see. We have Tim, AI7EA. Good morning, Tim. Let's see. Marty, AE0NR. Like your call sign. Let's see. Ed, KJ7DHY. Paul, W4TBH, I believe. Terry, K9TDP. Tom, KK7TOM. There you go. Jeff, KB9GXK. Bill, N8CQD. Steve, N5BZM. James, KJ7ZHI. See, Colin, K0NNK. David, W9DRH. See, Ralph, N6GVG. John, KJ7UZN. Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. Wanting to thank you all for being here, and a special thanks for everyone in general with joining the community around ham radio and BridgeCom. That's definitely during this Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all tomorrow. That's one of the things I'm most thankful for, is definitely this ham radio community. Everyone who shows up here every week for the live streams and is part of it. It's an awesome community to be part of, and couldn't do it alone. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the cool things. So first up, I want to let you know you can actually view your GPS coordinates from the radio. A lot of people don't know this. The radios can receive the new radios can receive GPS location and send their GPS location, but a lot of people don't know you can actually go find out your own coordinates from your radio, whether you have it set up or not. As long as you have a GPS signal, we can demo it to some extent. It's not actually going to work in here because we're in the studio, which is pretty isolated. But if you're outdoors, this works great. Now let me show you how it works. So we've got our radio here, and if I click on the menu, we can go down to GPS. We'll make sure our GPS is turned on. So, yep, GPS turned on, great. And then I'm just gonna back out here. What you want to do is look for the GPS lock. So it's right in the center of the screen up top. That's at currently gray. That will turn red and lock on once you actually have a GPS signal. So if you go outside, typically, like I could go outside right now, that would turn red, and then I would actually have my GPS coordinates or my signal. That allows me to use APRS and send that GPS information, which a lot of us are familiar with. But there's a cool other feature that you can do. So if we go back in here to that GPS menu, you can actually go and click on GPS info. And right now, as we don't have the GPS signal, it's not going to do anything, but it will show you your own coordinates. And this is awesome. I know personally for me, I like going hiking a lot. You know, I'll go out on trails, and this is a really cool way to be able to track where I went. You know, when you're out where there's no cell reception, if you may want to track that and go back there sometime, it's nice to be able to record those coordinates exactly. You know, you can just write down your coordinates, and then you get home, you can put it in a map. You know, you can plot it on a GPS with a screen. It's cool being able to do that. Great feature of that radio. So let's move down the list. We have roaming. Some of you may be familiar with roaming, but some of you may not. It's another cool feature that a lot of people don't know about on these radios. So what roaming does is, let's say I'm going on a road trip and I'm going to be going through a variety of different towns, right? So I'm not going to be able to just be on one repeater the whole time, but I don't really want to have to know what repeater is in each town. So roaming allows you to take that list of repeaters. So, you know, if we did our homework before we left, we would have programmed those repeaters along our road trip into that radio. Or, you know, maybe you have a long commute to work. I know some of us do here, and there's different repeaters along that path, so you just do the same cycle every day. Whatever that case is, you have your list of repeaters, and you can put them in a roaming zone, a roam zone, and then the radio will actually automatically switch between those repeaters. So let's show you how that works here real quick. We're not going to be able to demo it because we're not going anywhere, but I can show you the menu. So if we go to menu, now I believe sometimes we may have to be on a different, I think if we're on this it'll work here. Obviously you have to have repeaters in order for this to work. So roaming, there we go. And so there's a few different options here. You can customize it, but if we go into roaming zone, we can create our different zones for roaming. And then there's also the option to do a one-time roam. So that's going to roam, I believe that will roam your current selection. So like this 50 states, obviously that's a hotspot talk group list, so that's not going to do much for us. But if we had a list of repeaters and wanted to roam them, it will automatically be able to roam and switch between those repeaters. So great feature if you travel a lot with your radio, you know, and you're able to prepare for where you're going, or if maybe you take the same route back and forth every time. Now it's not going to go out there and actually find the repeater's information for you and pull that in. You have to have the information already programmed, but it can switch. Just to clear up what it can do there. Another great feature, a lot of people know about this, but there's quite a few who don't. I've heard of all kinds of people who wish it could do this, and it turns out it actually does do this. That being digital monitor. So the radio is capable of digitally monitoring a channel without keying into it. So analog radio, you can pretty much just hear what's going on. Now digital radio, oftentimes you have to actually key into it to be able to hear anything. So what digital monitor does, if you have, let's say, a digital repeater, so we have one up the way here, you turn on digital monitor and it actually allows you to listen without having to transmit. Now there's a few reasons for that. Some people, they don't actually want to transmit, you know, I can understand that. And other people, they don't have their call sign yet. I know a lot of people, you know, they're getting into the radio, they're taking their test, maybe they just passed their test, or maybe they're just started studying, they're not ready yet, but they want to get started with it. So they will get a radio and try it out with digital monitor, so they can get familiar with where the different repeaters are, you know, how it works, get familiar with the language and lingo. It actually can help you take your test too. And then once they pass their test, they can immediately dive in with their call sign and start talking to these people. So let's see how it works. So if we go to menu, and we're going to scroll down to Digimani, I believe it's what it's called. Here we go. And you basically just switch it on to either single or double slot. Most of the time I would just recommend double slot because that's going to allow you to scan both of the time slots, but we can go more in depth on that if people have questions. And then a few more options here, but it's basically as simple as selecting the channel you want to monitor. So let's say we had our local repeater, we would select it and then go to menu, go down to digital monitor, and then turn it on. Now you can actually make a shortcut key to do that. So if that's a feature you use a lot, you can program in a key. So maybe you hold this key down or press it, one of any of the programmable keys, and that way you don't have to go in the menu each time. Pretty much every feature on the radio can be set up to a shortcut key. So if it's something you use a lot, I would definitely get it programmed in there as a shortcut. So let's keep going here. We've gone over digital monitor. Here's another feature a lot of people don't know about and really don't have a clue the radio can do or how to make it do it. Setting your time with the GPS. So as many of you know, when you power up the radio for the first time, in fact, we could even demo that here. We can just reinitialize this radio. Well, that'll take a little bit of time. We won't do that here, but when you power up your radio for the first time, you see it wants you to set the time. So if you just got your radio, it's going to ask you to set the time. And most people, are just either going to skip past it and say, I'm not too worried about time, or they're going to go in and manually set the time. But what about when the time changes or when you travel somewhere that's different and the time doesn't change? You're going to have to go change the time manually, right? Now the radio has a built-in GPS and it is actually smart enough to set the time for you and change the time, which is awesome. So just like any of our modern devices seem to just take care of time for us like computers, the radio can do the same thing. So it's really as simple as that menu, you just skip past it, just click OK, don't worry about the time. And then it is advantageous to set the correct time zone. You don't need to worry about the actual time, but I believe you'd want to set the correct time zone. That way it knows the information, although you may not have to do that. I believe you can just skip past it and go on with the GPS. So we'll go into menu here, and you simply go down to GPS and turn it on. That's it. Once GPS is on, your radio will automatically set the time. Now, beware, if you have set the time manually for maybe a different location than where you're located, and you turn on GPS, the radio is going to go change your time. So if you want to have a different time than where you're located, you want to keep GPS turned off. Just keep that in mind. We've also run into that. Someone set the time, turned on their GPS, and then it changed it. So make sure your actual time zone is correct. If that's your UTC code or whatever that time zone is, make sure that's correct, and then turn GPS on, and it will take care of the rest for you. Awesome. So let's go on. So we have another feature here. A lot of people don't know what the radio can do, and it's it's useful to some, not for others. These are some of the more advanced features. I personally don't use this one a lot, but I can see how it could be useful, which that is being the battery voltage. This radio can actually monitor its own battery voltage or the input voltage. So let's say I had a battery eliminator over here. Another great feature of this radio is you don't have to run it off of a battery. You can I could pop this battery off and then throw on the battery eliminator here real quick, and now my radio is completely compatible to run off of my car. So I can just plug this in my vehicle, have the radio completely battery free. It just runs off the vehicle power. But if I wanted to go on the go, I can pop that radio back in there and be mobile again. So great feature, but let's go over the actual battery voltage. So we'll turn on the radio here. Okay, great. We're going to go into, to set this up, we'll actually need to assign it a button. There's no menu you can go in to see it. to my knowledge. So we'll have to assign it a button. So we're going to go into settings, and then let's see, radio set and key function. Great. Okay. So let's find a key here. How about the P? We'll do a P2. Well, let's see. How about a PF3? PF3 long. We'll try that. So it's currently turned off. It does nothing. PF3 is this button up here, by the way, the top one. So we're going to change that to be. See if we can find it here. Volt. Okay, I think I skipped right over it at the start. So you want to change that to be volt. There we go. So we have our button assigned. So now if I'm back out here and I hold this button down because we assigned it to a long key, that should show us the voltage. Yep, just like that. So you can hold it down there. I guess it goes away. So you hold it down, or you can set it to a short key. So you just press it, and that shows us the battery voltage. Now this will also work to check the voltage of whatever you have it plugged into. Let's say you have it plugged into your vehicle and you don't know what your battery's voltage is. You know, a lot of cars nowadays, they don't display the voltage anymore to see what your battery is at. Well, another great feature of the radio, you can actually check that with your radio. Awesome. So there we go. We can now check our battery voltage or whatever we have the radio plugged into. Now, I would recommend the battery voltage, unless you get real familiar with how the battery operates, it's not going to necessarily tell you how much life you have left in your battery. Voltage with lithium batteries doesn't vary all that much. It will a little bit, so you can learn how it works, but for actual battery life, you're going to be better off going with the gauge. But it is nice to be able to check that for a variety of reasons for the more technical user. Awesome, so we've done that. Now, there's another couple features which almost no one really talks about, but are highly useful, especially if you use different speaker mics. Maybe you have a variety of speaker mics, or you have your radio paired up to different audio devices. These features are very useful. So that is being able to adjust both the speaker and the microphone volume for your headset or your speaker mic separately. It's actually a separate menu than just traditionally adjusting the volume. So let's go check it out. So if we go into menu, we can scroll down to settings. And I believe for this one, we want to go to radio set and then voice function. So from here, we can scroll down. First one we're going to go over is called ear max volume. So here it is. Perfect. So you can see the max volume level. This is for the radio in general, I believe. And then we have the ear max volume, which is going to come out of your speaker mic or your headset. So if you have a headset that goes in your ear, this is your volume level for that. So we have it set here at the max at 8 because that's just typically where you want it. But it could be you have a real loud device in your ear and you have to turn it down. The radio can't get quiet enough, so you can adjust that down. So great to know where that is, and that can help with distortion too. If you have distortion problems, you can adjust that up or down. Then we have, let's see, keep going here. We have digital mic level and analog mic level. That's what these two right here are referring to. So we can actually adjust our mic level, our microphone pickup level, for both digital and analog separately, which is a great feature. You know, sometimes you can be louder or quieter on either analog or digital, and being able to go in there and change them separately is nice. But it's also just great to be able to change them in the first place, because each of the microphones you use with your radio are going to operate a little bit differently. That's just the nature of the beast, and the fact that you can go in there and adjust for that is awesome. So let's see here. Moving down the list, scan lists. I think most people are probably familiar, the radio can do this, but we're going to hit on it again just to make sure. So the scan lists allow your radio to actually scan through a list of channels. So if you have, let's say, an example I like to use is the NOAA weather channels. I have all 7 of them programmed in my radio. But depending on where I'm at in the county or the country or anywhere really, those channels are going to be different, the one that's for my specific location. So I can have them set up to scan, so I just hit scan, and then it's going to scan through those channels until it finds one that's active. And we can do this here by going to Menu and simply selecting Scan, and we can turn Scan on or off. And then we can also see our scan list. So it looks like we do actually have a scan list in here already. So if I was to back out and go to our NOAA weather channel, I also like to create a zone. If I create a scan list, I typically have a zone with the same thing. It's just personal preference. It seems to work well for me. You have to have your channels in a zone anyway, so why not create one that's the same? So we're going to go to scan. We will turn scan on. Just like that, perfect. It starts scanning. You can also assign that to a shortcut button, so it will automatically be able to start that scanning process for you if you press a button. And we can see there, we're in the studio, so we don't really have any reception. But if we were outside, that would automatically stop on the one that's, you know, for our local area and start playing it. Now, this is not a scanner by any means. It's a ham radio. It's not going to be able to scan through hundreds of channels in a second super fast. You know, it gets around just fine. You can see it changing there, but it's for smaller scan lists. I believe the limit's 50 in the scan list for channels, and at 50, you're kind of pushing it. You know, you could find something that way, but if you want to hear short transmissions, it just takes too long to go around the list. So if you keep your scan list small, it works great. You know, scanning a few local repeaters, it's brilliant for that, but it's not for large scan lists. Awesome, so there we go, scan lists. A great feature of the radio. A lot of people aren't familiar with it or how they would even use it. I know a lot of people ask, hey, my radio does scanning, but what's it for? Awesome. Now, there's another feature I want to go over here real quick. We have one more after that, and then we'll do some questions. This is a very advanced feature, and probably almost no one is ever really going to use it, but it is really cool. So we're going to go over it. Let's stop the scan list here real quick. Okay. Okay, great. There we go. So we're going to go into menu here. And radio set. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing here? We want to go to, actually we're going to go to channel set and scroll down here. There's an interesting feature called offset. Now what this will do, you can change this up or down. And now some, I guess I won't say lower end, but I've seen it on some lower end radios, have an offset, which is like basically your frequency offset. So if you have, you know, your UHF frequency, you might have a plus or minus megahertz offset. That's not what this is. This is something completely different. This is for actually calibrating the radio's alignment. So let's say you had a radio and you tested it with a service monitor, and it turned out it was actually off a little bit in one direction or the other. This allows you to actually adjust the radio's frequencies, so it will now be spot on. This is very rare. We've honestly never seen this be a problem. These radios are almost always spot on, but if for some reason it ever was, you know, that's one of the cool features about it. These will last you a long time because you have that ability to adjust. So if something happened to this radio and it no longer was transmitting right on frequency, you could actually adjust for it. So that is really neat, especially for the technical user. It's really cool to be able to do that. So we'll back out here. And before we do the final feature here, I do want to make a quick announcement. Something really cool happened recently. We actually just surpassed 15,000 users in the BridgeCom University platform. So how cool is that? You know, there's that many people getting help with their radios, learning about it. If you're not familiar with BridgeCom University, it's a platform we put together with hundreds of videos that actually help ham radio users learn about their radio, how to use it, how to program it, how to set it up. It'll take you through the entire process, start to finish, and go over the beginner and advanced features. It's a brilliant, brilliant thing. A lot of people have said some really good things about it, and we're so happy to see it growing. It's cool. We give it away for free with every radio. And if you didn't get your radio from us, you can just, I think it's like $97. It's a great value for all those videos. But just wanted to make that announcement. We're over 15,000 users, which is a huge milestone. And we hope it really helps a lot of you. If you have any feedback, let us know. We're always wanting to make more and better videos for it. So let's dive into the final feature we're going to show. Some of you know this, probably a lot, but a lot of people forget what this can do and how it can save them time. So if we go into menu here, we actually just went into this menu. We're going to go to settings and then channel set. So channel set is an awesome feature. It's probably one of my favorite features on the radio, and that is being able to program things in the radio without using the computer. So this is brilliant. You know, if you're out in the field, you want to program in a repeater, but you don't have your computer with you, or, you know, maybe it's just a pain to have to go in there and mess with everything. You know, when you're building a large code plug, don't get me wrong, computer is definitely the way to go. You can do a lot more with it, but I often find myself out in the field, want to try something out, and I have to do it with a radio. And some radios you can't even do that with. So this is really cool, being able to program this from the radio. So if we click on channel set, that allows us to customize just about all of the different parameters. So we could even do this here real quick. Let's see. So let's create ourselves a channel. So I'm going to go to channel type. We'll make this digital. And transmit power, let's bump that up to turbo. Let's see. What else do we need to put in here? Receive frequency. Let's see, so that's going to be receive frequency on the radio. It's going to be the downlink frequency from the repeater. I have one of them here, 444-4625. Oops. Awesome. Oop, it's not happy with it. Let's see, maybe if we change bandwidth, it's set to narrow. Let's see here. Should be able to do a new channel. Maybe we can try this here real quick. Let's see. So I must be in there. I'm in the wrong zone. Let's change this over to this zone. Maybe this will be better. I was in the NOAA weather channel zone. So we'll go over here to our Skybridge zone. We'll add a repeater channel here. We'll go to settings, channel set, and channel type. We'll make this digital. Great. And then transmit power, turbo. Bandwidth, it's not giving us wide for some reason. Okay, let's see, so that's not gonna work if we, it should, let's see. 444-4625. Yeah, looks like this radio may be in a different mode. This is one that I just pulled this radio off the shelf. I know we've been doing some testing with it. So basically you would be able to input your information in there and go through the process of adding your channel. In fact, we have another radio here. I think this one is more in a raw state. I don't think anyone's messed with it and done any extreme testing, so we should be able to use this one like new. Let's try it real quick. Okay. Perfect, so we'll add this to our Skybridge zone. Settings, channel set, channel type, digital. Receive frequency. Oops, giving us an error. Okay, let's see. Well, okay, let's see here. I believe, let me try this one more time. I think I see what's going on here. Believe for inputting this on the actual radio, it's been a while since I've done this, you actually have to press the pound key and that will fill out the rest of the channels. So we'll try this again real quick. So if I do this 444625 and then pound, there we go. We just needed one more zero. Awesome. There we go. Yep, so there's always a little thing you forget about. So it's really that simple. Just remember to hit your pound key, and we'll put in our transmit, which is going to be 4494625. 94625. Confirm. Oops, got to hit the pound key. There we go. Awesome. So we have our frequency. We'll make sure our channel type digital, power is turbo, and then radio color code. Let's see, our color code for this is 4. I'm just programming in the local repeater here. And then we'll go to time slot. I believe that should be time slot 1, correct? Time slot 1. And I think that's all the information we need. So now what we can do is just hit new channel, go back around to the top, hit new channel, and we can save it. So we'll just press confirm and then give it a name. So let's see, what could we call this? Okay. And I'm just gonna hit confirm here. And so we get to choose what zone to save it in. So I'm just gonna save it in the Skybridge zone. And awesome, there we go, saving channel. So we've now saved a channel. And if we wanna go out there and use that, so we'll scroll through our channels here. There we go, there it is, local. So if we wanted to tie a talk group to this, what we would simply do is select it like we've done here. And then what I can do is go to talk group and then enter the talk group list and let's find the parrot. See if we can find that real quick. There we go, there's the parrot. And I can simply select contact. Now, take note here, when you select a contact from the talk group list, it will override the selection for whatever channel you're on. So let's say you bought the supercode plug in your radio, and then you went in here and did this on top of a channel, you're going to override whatever talk group was selected. So make sure if you do this, you're not overriding the channel. Obviously, we were on the channel we just created, so that's okay, but you wouldn't want to go in and select a talk group on a channel you already had made in your radio. Awesome, there we go. So now if I was to key this up, which we probably won't be able to reach anywhere, since we're in this building here in the studio, we would reach the local repeater. But we'll try it here real quick. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG trying out the parrot on the local repeater. Let's see. No, don't think we're going to hit it in the studio, but there we go. That's how simple it is. There's a lot of cool features these radios have, and we're probably just scratching the surface. A lot of stuff they can do, but let's take some questions, and then after that, one of you today is going to win your very own 878UVII Plus. Make sure you sign up for that giveaway. Just a minute or two left here. Make sure you sign up for that, and you can enter to win. Now you do have to be present to win, so don't go anywhere just yet. If you want to have a chance at winning this radio, the latest and greatest radio on the market, do that. And then make sure you take advantage of this sale. If you have questions about it, want to learn more, give us a call, 816-532-8451 and press 2. And we would be more than happy to work with you, help you, provide you information, whatever you need. Just let us know. We're here for you. If you have questions, let us know. We also have all that information available on the website as well, if it's after hours. But awesome. Let's take some questions here real quick.
Will these radios work with Bluetooth and hearing aids?
They will, absolutely. That's a great question. Bluetooth hearing aids do work with these radios. I can't guarantee every single one will, but I do have some customers who have actually used it for that, and they say it works well.
We have some questions about the Black Friday sale. Can you quickly go over it again?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So we'll go over it again here real quick. So for the AnyTone 878UVII Plus, the latest and greatest handheld on the market, you're going to save $115 worth of value when you buy one of these radios during the sale. You're getting a free BCS 200 speaker mic. So this speaker mic right here, I don't think I have everything, but here's the speaker mic. Awesome little speaker mic, real heavy duty and solid. It's not one of the, it doesn't feel cheap and plasticky. Then you're also getting a free super code plug. So the super code plug we have in here, it includes all 50 state talk groups. It includes 78 international talk groups, as well as the NOAA weather stations and the popular talk groups to use with your hotspot. You can use that with either your hotspot or a local repeater. In fact, we have videos that show you how to use it with both. And then finally, you also receive, with protective case, free super code plug, and speaker mic. So that's what you get with the radio. Awesome deal. We've never seen anything like this before. $115 in savings. Now, if you get this paired with the SkyBridge in a plug-and-play package, if you opt for that plug-and-play package, you're actually saving $245 because you're getting a free BCS 200 speaker mic, just like before, and then you're also getting a 4-year extended protection plan. So if something happens to your radio in that time period, if it stops working, something like that, it's covered. You get that for free. And then a free protective case for your radio, keep it safe so nothing happens to it, as well as a free 1-hour tech call. So if you have any questions about, have trouble using your radio, we're always here for tech support. If you need help. Now, this is going to get you a whole 1-hour call, to really dive in. So you'll have that whenever you get in some trouble and really need some help with the radio. We're here for you. You get that totally for free, and then absolutely. So that's what comes with the plug-and-play package. And then for the mobile radios, so I don't think we have one here, a 578, the 578 mobile, you're getting in that bundle, the Mighty Mobile bundle, you're going to save $100 on that. You get the radio, a tri-band antenna, trunk lip mount with the coax, so that's basically going to fully set you up for your vehicle. And for all of that bundle, you're saving $100 off a retail price. So lots of great deals. Probably the best deal out right now is going to be that plug-and-play package. We do all the work for you so you don't have to. There's no programming required for you. Just give us your call sign, and we'll get you set up with the rest of the information you need.
Will the roaming feature work with analog, and also will it work on the older 878s?
That's a great question. So the roaming feature, to my knowledge, it does not care about analog versus digital. It just works. It's going to work based on what's in range and what is not. Now, for the older radios, I'm trying to think when roaming came about. I believe roaming came about with the 878. So if you have an 878, you should have roaming. It did not work with the older 868 radios, but I believe the 878 series will work with it.
Does the time account for daylight savings time?
That is a good question. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe someone in the comments will be able to chime in here with the answer to that. I believe it does, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to find out. That's a great question, though. We'll definitely find out for you. If you could give us a call, we'll give you an answer, but I bet someone knows about that in the comments. Let's see if we can help each other out here.
Having problems with the DMR gateway, is there a video for that?
I believe there is. We have a YouTube channel with a lot of videos that will show you how to get set up with all things DMR. I'm not super familiar with the DMR gateways myself. I believe we do have a video on that, though. Definitely check our channel, and then if you need some more information, give us a call. We'll get you set up with it.
For the speaker mic and different accessories, what kind of port is there?
Awesome. Yeah, good question. So on the side of the radio here, we have the opening for the port. It is a K1 style plug. So we'll show you the plug here real quick that will plug into it. So there's the radio, and then here is the connector. So if you have an accessory with this kind of connector, most likely it's going to work with this radio.
Are these features also available on the 578?
Absolutely. I believe, let me see if there's any that are not. Scan list, offset. I believe all of these are going to work. I'm not 100% sure if the voltage will work. I'm assuming it probably does. I've never tested the voltage feature on the 578 if it'll just show you your vehicle voltage. It probably will, but I've never tested that. So beyond that, everything else will work just the same in the 578.
Is there a key lock feature?
I believe there is a way to lock the keypad on these radios. That will be done through the CPS. I don't think there's a way to do it through the radio, but there might be. There definitely is a way to lock out the keypad though, absolutely. And I believe we have some videos that show you how as well. So definitely let us know and we'll get you that information.
Does this radio have multiple channel zones?
It does, absolutely. So the radio has multiple zones. To switch through the zones, you just press these buttons up and down here, and that will cycle through your different zones, just like that. And then you use the knob up top to rotate through the channels within the zones.
Would the offset feature be helpful when chasing satellite frequencies, which are higher as it approaches and lower as it moves away?
It's possible. I'm not super familiar with that, but it may be useful for that. Definitely let us know.
When purchasing the plug-and-play package, will the GPS feature be turned on? Will the scan feature be set up for local repeaters for both analog and digital?
Okay, I'm sorry, I think I missed the first part of the question there.
When purchasing the plug-and-play package, will the GPS feature be turned on?
Okay, yeah, great question. I believe the GPS, I'm not sure. I have to find out. Maybe I know one of our techs, I believe, is in the chat. He may be able to chime in with some information on that. I think the GPS feature typically comes turned off, so I don't imagine that would be different in the plug and play, but it's possible it is. Definitely let us know. And regardless of if it is turned on or turned off, it's very easy to go in there and just turn on. But I don't think it comes turned on.
All right, it's that time. We have a winner for today's giveaway.
Awesome. So we have a winner for today's giveaway. They are going to win themselves a brand new 878UVII Plus handheld radio. So let's find out who it is. And before we do that, just want to let you know one more time, we have this awesome sale going on right now. Again, give us a call for some more information, 816-532-8451 and press 2. And we'll get you all the information you need. Whether or not you're wanting to buy today, doesn't matter. Give us a call. We'll help you out regardless. We're just here to help. And then also, at the end of the month, the prices are going up. So as soon as this sale ends, the prices on SkyBridges, plug-and-play packages, everything like that is going up just due to cost. Cost of parts are getting hard to find. We want to be able to keep providing you the same service. But if you want to take advantage of it before the price raises, now's the time to do it. So make sure you give us a call. Let's find out who the winner is.
Today's winner is Greg Bond, N-O-N-P-O.
N-O-N-P-O. N-0-N-P-O. Greg, are you in the house? We'll make sure he's here real quick. Oh, cool, there we go. Yeah, I saw something in the comments. I think it was Aaron gave us a tip. If you hold down the asterisk button on the radio down here, this little button, that will actually lock your keypad. And then hold it down again, and I believe it unlocks it. Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the information. Let's see, is Greg in the house?
While we wait, do we know what firmware we're using on this radio?
This particular radio, I'm not sure. We can find out real quick. Oops, looks like the keypad's still locked. Let's unlock that real quick. Key locked. Okay, oops, press. Okay. Well, doesn't look like it's something me unlock the keypad. Unlock key, okay. There we go. Okay, so to unlock it, you actually have to press the menu button and then press that one to unlock it. Great, good information. So we'll go to menu and scroll down here to settings, device info, and we are on currently version 2.02 in, firmware version.
All right,
Awesome.
and Greg is here.
Awesome, congratulations, Greg. Yeah, let's see, Aaron Bond, he helped us out with the information here for the key lock. So awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Awesome, so congratulations to you, Greg. You have just won yourself a brand new 878UVII Plus. We'll get this sent out to you. We'll reach out to you to get you your information, and then after that, we'll get everything sent out to you. So awesome, congratulations. Each of you has a chance to win. Every week we do one of these streams, 11 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday, and we'll be here to teach you more about your radio, how ham radio works, and overall get involved with the ham radio community. So I wish each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Definitely you all are definitely something I'm very thankful for in my life. It's great to be a part of the community, and I'm happy to be able to help as much as I can. So that's it for now. Make sure you don't miss out on this sale. Give us a call, 816-532-8451 and press 2, and we will see you in the next stream. I'm Cody W3AMG, 7-3. Happy Thanksgiving.